Hey there, everybody. Welcome. I am the Middle Management Gamer. And with everybody concerned about the rising price of video games, a lot of people are talking about playing some retro games and dealing with their back catalog. So it seemed like a perfect time to do one of my favorite series that I haven't done in a while. Welcome to Worth Collecting.
Worth collecting? Absolutely. Worth collecting. Worth collecting? Worth collecting. Worth collecting. Worth collecting? Yes, it is.
All right, welcome to Worth Collecting. Today's game is going to be Solstice, 1989, Nintendo Entertainment Center. So, if it's been a while since you've joined me for a Worth Collecting video, as I haven't made a new one in a while, or if it's the first time you're joining me, Worth Collecting is a series where I play an old game that I have collected or have had for a long time, and I give you a quick review and whether or not the game is worth collecting. So, categories for whether or not a game is worth collecting: replayability, storyline, music. Hermes is joining me. Hi, Hermes. Whether or not Hermes thinks it's a good game to play. All factors of whether or not the game is worth collecting. Anyway, so we're going to give the game a quick play. We'll give it a quick review, and we'll go from there. All right, my name's Shadex, and I'm trying to save Princess Eleanor, and some imps got him, and there's this weird wizard, and the music's kind of kicking. I like it. And we get the name from the game because he's going to do something with her on the Solstice. Alright, so first time I've ever played this game. Right off the bat, I can tell you that the controls are a little wonky, but that's because it's an isometric game. Which, we've come a long way in isometric 3D style gameplay. So this was, I'm not going to say it was the first one, but this is one of the oldest representations of an isometric game I've ever played. So part of the problem that I'm dealing with is I'm playing with a max controller. So up is not up and down is not down, and left and right are not left and right. So if you hit left, you go basically up and to the left. If you hit right, you go down and to the right. So up is up and to the right, and down is down and to the left. So it takes a second to get used to the controls. So I guess we're going to be jumping. There's 3 different ways you can go here. All right, so very quickly I died. Playability, definitely a stiff learning curve. I guess really just getting the controls down. But when you die, it tells you how many rooms you did and what percentage of the game you completed. So if you're standing on top of it, then you can pick it up. You can't carry it to the next room, though. I got a magic key. Got a credit. I have potions. I don't know what they do. Alright, so the enemies have patterns, so you learn the enemy's patterns. Then you can get past them. There's a lot of rooms that I don't know what to do, and I'm wondering if there's things to do down the line. Well, you can't jump on their heads and ride them around. Unless, all right, so we're going to drop this right at this edge here. And then we're going to push it on his head. And then we should be able to ride it around. Ah, crud. Yeah, there we go. We got magic boots. And then we died. And we died again because the controls. But because I have the magic boots, now I can jump a little higher. And so some of these rooms I couldn't do earlier, I might be able to do now. When you die, you get to keep the boots, but when you continue, you lose them and you have to collect them again. And that was game over. And I completed 15 rooms, or 5% of the game. This is a lot of fun. Okay, so here we go. My thoughts, my verdict on Solstice. So here's my copy. I got an inbox here. I got it in a nice little plastic protector case. So the retro shop I bought it at, Link to the Past, great place, has lots of good stuff. I guess whoever turned it in, or maybe they put it in there themselves. I haven't bought a NES game in a box from them before. This was the first one. I've purchased several things for the Super Nintendo, Dreamcast, and whatnot. Like I said, great little shop right here in the Richmond area. So if you're in town, a good place to check out. Link to the Past. It's my kudos to them. So again, inbox copy. I don't have the manual for it, but you're looking at about $10 for the game loose. You're looking at about $33 complete in box. That means the cartridge, the manual, and the box. I have just the box version. On average, that runs about 23. I paid 25, so that's pretty good. Had I ordered it online from somebody, I would have had to pay, the shipping fee, and I probably would have ended up paying about $30 for this copy total. So I'm happy with my purchase. So is it worth collecting? So I am a sucker for NES music, and really I always give a high credits to a game that has really good music. So let's check out that music again real quick, shall we? Turn it up a little bit here. So it's got a nice little soundtrack. I can really jam to it. It was funny when I purchased it. The guys running the shop were talking about the music and how it was one of their favorite composers for NES games, and they'd been talking about something else he had done recently. So some points on that. Gameplay wise, really it's really good puzzles. There's like 300 rooms, give or take. Keys you have to collect, potions you can use. I haven't played the game enough really to dive into what all the different potions do, but I know you can find refills for them, and that one of them does like invulnerability, which might be useful in some of the rooms where there's a high level of monsters. My biggest struggle with the game is the controls, and I think I might do better if I plug in my regular Nintendo controller. Um, but yeah, it's a challenge trying to get the hitting the right button on the controller to know which direction you're going to go on the screen. So that was tough, especially if you're going from a jump to a floating platform, and then you have to jump from a floating platform to another moving platform. So that's difficult. But that could be said for pretty much every NES platforming game. There's going to be a level of difficulty, and that's what Nintendo was known for. They had these games, and most of them, there's a few long ones, but most of the games were like 30 minutes worth of playtime. A total game, if you did an epic, flawless run, you complete the whole game in like 30 minutes. But the idea was it was so hard that to get to that point, you had to put hours and hours and hours into it. So, um, worth collecting for the music, for the playability, for the difficulty curve, I could play this game for a very long time and thoroughly enjoy it. So I'm going to say yes to worth collecting. Again, if you're struggling with the rise in video game costs, I'm not really complaining, honestly. If you look at how video games fared in against versus inflation compared to other things like eggs and milk and gas, and other items, cars. The rate of price increase on video games isn't that bad. It's fared really well compared to a lot of other commodities that we buy. So even with the upcoming price hike on certain, new Nintendo games coming out in other systems, we're still paying a lot less inflation wise versus a lot of other things over the last, 35 years I've been gaming. Prices hasn't improved that increased that much. So but if you are concerned about the price or you're tightening your belt for some odd reason and you have to go back and maybe play some older games, this one's worth collecting. If you like some other ideas on games worth collecting, check out my series. Like I said, I got a few videos, probably like 10 or 15 of the worth collecting videos. It is one of my favorite series. So thanks for joining me. And if you haven't already, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so I can continue bringing these videos. I enjoy playing them. I hope you enjoy watching, and I bid you adieu.